I forgot to mention the discomfort of the engine that brings or that gives to the rider. Because let's say summertime in the month of July, August, and you're riding on the street using this bike, and you are at complete stop at the stop sign at the intersection, man, the engine gets hot so quick and your balls are going to be toasted. So yeah, I think all Ducati bikes, naked bikes, super bikes, their engines heat up really fast. So it's not good really. Now come on, Mola. The clutch lever, man, it's hard. I mean, can you adjust this thing or something or what? It's hard really. I mean, I tried my friend's Street Triple 675R, and the clutch lever of the Street Triple 675 is so soft, and this clutch lever is so freaking hard. So imagine riding on the freeway and it's traffic, or let's say you are riding on the street, rush hour, 5 p.m., 6 p.m., and you are pressing this clutch very often. Man, it's not really comfortable really. So like I said, are you going to get this bike for you to use for your everyday commute? You will be so freaking stupid to do that. Use this bike once a week for a weekend canyon run. Or you know what? Bring this bike to the racetrack. You will have a good time riding this bike. But for everyday use, this bike is thumbs down. This is quite important for you to know, guys. There is too much vibration going on, especially at high RPM. You will feel the vibration on the handlebars and on the foot pegs starting at 4,000 RPM and above. So yeah, too much vibration on the handlebars and the foot and on the foot pegs starting at 4K and up. Especially when you reach 6,000 RPM, you will have this kind of like a Chinese massage on your hands and on your feet. And as soon as you ride this bike, you will feel the fatigue on your wrist. You will feel the pressure on your wrist. And also, shifting gear, shifting up and shifting down is not really smooth. And actually, sometimes you will miss the shift. You will miss the gear. It's not because you don't know how to ride a motorcycle or you don't know how to shift up or shift down, but because Ducati's clutch system is messed up. So yeah, shifting gear is not really smooth. So that's all, folks. So what we have here is a European, an Italian naked bike. What we have here is a Ducati Street Fighter 848 Evo. Alright, so before I make a review about this bike, I want to say that the suspension of this bike is totally messed up. What I mean is that someone or somebody messed up the suspension of this bike. Now I can say that it's true because when I rode this bike on the canyons, I just felt it. I felt that the suspension is all freaking messed up. Alright, now about this bike, it's like riding a Ducati Monster 696 in steroids. It's like someone had put a steroid capsule in the engine of the Ducati Monster 696, and that Monster 696 transformed into this bike. You know, all Ducati naked bikes, the Monster 696, 796, Street Fighter, when you ride on this bike, your body position is like this. On all the Japanese naked bikes, when you ride on it, when you ride on Japanese naked bikes, your body position will be like this. More upright, more relaxed. On Ducati naked bikes, you will be like this. You are not really in a full upright body position. Your body will be leaning down for a bit like this, and your arms are not really straight. Your arms are like this. So here's the thing for me, folks. If I'm going to ride a naked bike, I want my body position, my arms, my elbows to be on a position where I ride a naked bike. Meaning, I want my body position straight. I want my arms, my elbows to be, if not completely straight, almost completely straight. Did I say it right? Whatever, but I hope you get my point. Now, I don't want to be in between. You know, let's say if I will ride a sport bike, in my mindset, I am ready that I am riding a sport bike. So I am prepared that my body position will be leaning down and stuff. Now, if I will ride a naked bike, I just simply want to be more relaxed. You know, I want my body position to be more upright, my arms, my elbows to be more straight. Now, I don't want to be in between. In between the feeling of riding a naked bike and a sport bike. Now, on this bike, it's like you are in between. It's like you are riding a sport bike and then at the same time riding a naked bike. Because of, like what I said, the body position, you are not completely straight, but as a matter of fact, you are leaning down a bit. And your arms and elbows will be like this. Not completely straight, but like this. Now, it all depends on riders' preferences. But if you will ask me, I'm not digging it. Alright? But, hey, like I said, we all have preferences. But the riding position of this bike on any Ducati naked bikes is not for me. Yeah, so it's like riding a Ducati Monster 696 in steroids. But of course, this bike has more bark. This bike has more guts than the Ducati Monster 696. It has a good low-end torque. Now, the throttle of this bike, if you are a beginner rider, a noob rider, and let's say you want to start on this bike, you have to be careful when you squeeze the throttle, especially in first gear, because the throttle is not friendly at all, folks. I mean, the throttle is kinda sensitive. Just a little squeeze of throttle of gas and you'll be like, so you have to watch out, especially the noob riders. And the seat height is freaking tall, man. I felt like I'm riding a Yamaha R6, because you know Yamaha R6 yeah, Yamaha R6 has a tall seat height. Now when I sat on this bike, man, I was tiptoeing like this. on my Ninja 636, maybe like this. On Ricky's Triumph Street Triple 675, maybe like this. But on this bike, I was like this. So it has a tall seat height. It has an awkward body position. So when you ride this bike on the street, especially on tight streets, tight roads, you will be having a hard time to maneuver the bike because of the fact that it has an awkward body position. When I was on this bike, riding this on the street, and I was making a U-turn and stuff, I was really kind of having a hard time because of the awkward body position. And my arms, my elbows are not completely straight, but like this. So when I was maneuvering this bike, when I was making a U-turn and stuff, I felt like, oh my, this bike is not really easy to ride. This bike is not a friendly user bike. Yeah. So the thing is, this bike is not highly recommendable for beginner riders, because if you are a noob rider, you will have a hard time riding this bike. The mirrors, the visibility on the side mirrors are just fine, because most of the time, and most Ducati naked and super bikes, they have a crappy, shitty side mirrors, no use at all. But surprisingly, on this bike, the visibility on the side mirrors is good, not bad at all. Now, do I recommend this bike for you to get or to buy, for you to use to commute every day? Definitely not. First of all, the maintenance, of course, we all know, the maintenance of the Ducati is so expensive. Plus, it's hard to ride, really. It's not really comfortable to ride. For a canyon ride, not bad, yeah. But if you will ask me, I will get a Japanese naked bike instead than getting this bike. Or if you want a European bike, a European naked bike, I suggest you get a 2013 Triumph Street Triple 675. Because, man, when I rode my friend's Street Triple 675, I had a blast. I had a good time. Now, when I rode this bike on the street, on the canyons, man, I can definitely say this bike is not a friendly user bike. This bike is not a really comfortable bike. Get a Japanese bike or a Triumph Street Triple 675R, but not this. So, my verdict, thumbs down. This bike is no good. If you will ask me, dual exhaust on the side, man, it looks so freaking kick-ass. I like it. And the sound of the exhaust, man, it screams like a bitch. I mean, it has a deep growl. It has, you know, like the lion. I like it, really. I like the exhaust. Now imagine if you will change the exhaust to a Termignoni exhaust. Man, definitely it will sound so badass. Yeah. So it has a good low end torque. The engine is powerful, and it really bites. But like I said, it's like a Ducati Monster 696 in steroids. Now about the braking system, how can you go wrong with Brembo? the brake really bites freaking hard. It has a good braking system. If you will ask me again, the bike is not for me. But of course, the name Ducati is so kick-ass, and the physical look of the bike, I like it. It looks so sharp, it looks so mean, it looks so badass. But when you ride it, you're not gonna like it. You're not gonna like it.